Hello, it's 9 p.m. in RTD. It's time to English New Edition for tonight's headlines. We have the last contingent of Djiboutian pilgrims returns to the capital. For the international scene, the first shipment of Ukrainian grain left the port of Odessa in Ukraine. Welcome to our newsroom. Following the death of Dr. Hashim Gamaluddin Al-Shami today in Istanbul, Turkey, the acting prime minister, the prime minister and acting head of government, Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed, on behalf of the president of the republic and his staff, sent his deep condolence, the deceased, and praise to God to welcome him into his eternal paradise. The deceased leaves behind him a widow and 4 children and a large family throughout the Horn of Africa. The last Hashim Gamaluddin Al-Shami was a great man of culture and writers. He had published a book on this history of the Horn of Africa, in particular on the origin and evolution of the Afar people, entitled Al-Manal. The death of the late Gamaluddin Hashim Al-Shami is a great loss for the whole of the Horn of Africa. The death of the late Dr. Gamaluddin Hashim Al-Shami is a great loss for the whole of the Horn of Africa. The death May God welcome him into his eternal paradise. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. A last contingent of Djibouti pilgrims returned yesterday afternoon to the capital after completing the pilgrimage to Mecca, which is the fifth pillar of Islam. Before that, their arrival at Humbly International Airport, our pilgrims were driving to the city of Jeddah, where they took the Djibouti pilgrims made their pilgrimage this year. The Ministry of Muslim Affairs and Waqf, in collaboration with the airport authorities, had indeed provided the conditions for the comfort of the pilgrims wherever they went to perform their religious duty. The Djibouti pilgrims were keen to express their thanks to the Hajj organizing committee set up by the Ministry of Muslim Affairs and Waqf, which they said that did everything possible to ensure that their pilgrimage activities took place in the best conditions. As part from their primary missions of pacification of Somalia, the Hill 9 Battalion, freshly deployed and operating under the ATMIS banners, as is traditional for any Djiboutian battalion deployed is involved in social action to help the population. In this regard, following the terrible drought that has plagued Somalia in recent years, causing the displacement of the poorest rural populations, the Hill 9 Battalion, commanded by Colonel Humada Ali Muhammad, undertook during the day of Sunday, July 31, 2022, civil military actions to help the population. The battalion commanders of the Hill 9 put on the actions that it is important to be present the difficult moment to help on all the play in the Somali population, to show and answer our presence on the Somali soil. This drought has strongly affected the regions of Hiran where our battalion are deployed, especially the towns of Beledweyne, Buleburde, Maasa, and Mataban and their surroundings. In order to help this vulnerable population, Hill 9 Battalion has undertaken the distributions of drinking water, medicines, and medical care to the most needy. The coordinator of the Ministry of Water and Fishery Resources, Mr. Awil Muhammad Jibril, from the region of Hirshabelle, and the president of the youth associations of the region of Hiran took turns to express their thanks to the Republic of Djibouti, and particularly to the Hill 9 Battalion for their human action to help the population. Lastly, Colonel Humada Ali Muhammad, commander of the Hill 9 Battalion, stressed that it is the duty of every soldier to help his fellow man and to apply himself is more and humanly to change the daily life of vulnerable populations. The action that it is important to be present in the difficult moment to help on all the plane the Somali population to show and answer our presence at the Somali soil. A few months ago, the Central Bank of Djibouti, country the monetary authority, launched its national payment systems and settled the systems and automated payment. We are in the period of Khamsin, blows strong since this morning, and the sea is very agitated. Precautions are necessary for the exit at sea. A team of RTD moved to the fishing port, the exit point for boat and fishermen at sea to see the measures in place for maritime security during this period of Khamsin. The Coast Guard has put on alert big means and a team of 4 patrol boat of fast intervention. It's the big patrol boat of Peace 06 Divers was deployed at sea to face the risks and to give assistance. This device has been set up to regulate the movement at sea and even to suspend all movement commercial and fishing boat during the hours when the sea is not suitable for navigation. The Coast Guard is winners and also on alert during this period of Khamsin, and a toll-free numbers of 1,500 for rescues is operational. The Coast Guard's boats are carrying out controls in the beaches and especially in the Siesta beach to secure the basin in this period where the Khamsin is blowing strongly. For his part, Lieutenant Mohammed Hussein Umar advised the users to avoid going to the sea, especially when it is very agitated. It is always a risk for more researches taken by the Coast Guard in this period of Khamsin, where the wind blows strong with the very agitated sea. We will ask details on the measures of prevention to secure the exit to the Lieutenant Mohammed Hussein of the Coast Guard. This one specified that the elements of the Coast Guard remain vigilant to secure the exits in the sea of the users of the sea, the maritime transporters, the fishermen, and the tourists. For this reason, the lieutenant announced that several boats of the Coast Guard are alert to regulate the exit and even to forbid them when the wind blows. Very strong controls are carried out on the boat to see if all the life-saving accessories are available to preserve better safety at sea. In the continuity of their common actions in the fight against human trafficking, on July 29, 2022, a joint operation of the Djibouti Coast Guard and the National Navy teams assisted a Yemeni Galba boat carrying illegal migrants which was heading towards Yemen. The boat, which was intercepted near Rasbir, was carrying 55 Ethiopian migrants, including 6 women, 49 men. 2 Yemeni smugglers were arrested in these operations and will be brought to justice to answer for their actions while the boat was seized pending a court decision. This operation testifies to the excellent cooperation and collaboration between the Djibouti Coast Guard and the National Navy, which jointly ensured to do everything possible to secure the Djiboutian maritime domain. Within the framework of the actions of the fight against contraband, the soldiers of the military school of Hol Hol intercepted yesterday a huge quantity of more than 1,838 kilograms of cat of contraband. Indeed, it is 21 packages, each containing more than 120 units. The amount is estimated at 2 million Djibouti francs. According to the standard procedures in forces, this quantity was transmitted to the custom brigade and destroyed on the spot in the presence of the chief of the custom brigade of the PK 20 and PK 51, in this case Mr. Farah Abdi Dudub, on the occasions of the handing over of the seizures to the National Customs. Lieutenant Isaac, chief doctors and executive of the military school, indicate that in spite of the busy agenda in the training of the military, the soldiers of the school have always been leading a relentless fight against the illicit trade. The first missions of the military school of President Guled is, of course, the instructions and training, but the maintenance of security and the fight against the traffic of illicit trade. For his part, the head of the Customs Brigade, Farah Abdi Dudouba, on behalf of the Director General of the Djibouti Customs, congratulated the soldiers before issuing a warning to the traffickers. On behalf of the Director General of the Customs and Exercise, Mr. Guled Ahmed Yusuf, I would like to congratulate our soldiers of the military school of President Guled, who spared no effort in the fight against smuggling. As you know, this illegal traffic of goods is a scourge that harms the economy of our country. It is therefore incumbent on each citizen to lead on his side a relentless fight to stop this illegal trade by denouncing them. Summer Games kick off in Wia, where for the regions of Arta, the regional subdirectorate of the State Secretary for Sports has launched officially the summer game by the mother discipline, that is football, always in collaboration with the local association. The objective of these games was to make known the traditional sports and their cultural identity to young people, and especially to encourage their practices organized in the form of challenges in free access mode. This competition is allowed to discover games of strategy and the strength of another times often unknown, even forgotten disciplines such as Shah, Bube, Ria, and Gos are practiced there, drawing their popularity from their simplicity and tactical dimensions that are ideal for creating a friendly atmosphere and promoting the team cohesion. Traditional board games will soon be launched for August 2022 in the regions as well as in the capital. For the international scene, the first shipment of Ukrainian grain has left the port of Odessa. The first shipment of Ukrainian grain left the port of Odessa at 6.17 GMT in accordance with the terms of the international agreement with Russia signed in Istanbul, announced the Turkish Ministry of Defense. The ship Razoni left the port of Odessa for the port of Tripoli in Lebanon. It is expected on August 2 in Istanbul. It will continue its route to its destinations following the inspections that will be conducted in Istanbul. The ministry added, according to the Ukrainian Minister of Infrastructure, Oleksandr Kubrakov, the ship is loaded with 26,000 tons of cum. Other convoys will follow these first departures, respecting the maritime corridors and agreed formality. The ministry added signed on July 12 in Istanbul between representatives of Russia, Ukraine, Turkey, and the United Nations. The agreement allows the resumption of Ukrainian exports under international supervision. The UN chief outraged by deadly shooting of peacekeepers in Democratic Republic of Congo. United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres said he was outraged after peacekeepers shot dead two residents in borders of town between the Democratic Republic of Congo and Uganda on Sunday in Kasindi, in the northeastern DRC province of North Kivu. Soldiers from the United Nations Stabilization Mission in Democratic Republic of Congo, MONUSCO, opened fires on residents. 2 people were killed and 15 others injured in the deadly incidents. The Democratic Republic of Congo government said the Secretary General is both saddened and dismayed by the loss of life and serious injuries sustained for this incident. Farhan Haq, deputy spokesman for the Mr. Guterres, said in a statement. In addition, the UN chief expressed his deepest condolence to the families of the victims and the people and government of the DRC, and wished the injured a speedy recovery. This is it for the news. Thanks for watching us. Have a good evening.